If you are struggling with any eating disorders, or if this is triggering, if it triggers you to talk about dieting or fitness plans or weight or anything like that, I'd really suggest you click off this video now and not watch this, because I'm not sure how triggering it will be for you. Hi everybody. First of all, I need to speak really low because it's actually just like 8 a.m. and I have this lady living right next to my wall, so gotta be quiet. But I just wanted to take this opportunity to tell you that I'm doing a 21-day workout challenge, and I do this because I really want to shred down and like get fitter again, because I feel like these last couple of weeks I've just been eating a lot of cookies and eating a lot of sugar and not really like thinking about what I'm putting into my body, which is not really a lifestyle that I like. And I haven't really been working out as much as I used to, and because a lot of things shut down due to the pandemic, like I don't dance anymore and stuff like that, I feel like I really want to get back into that shape I was in. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Evelyn. Today I am just sharing some results from a workout challenge that I did with blogilates. Some of you may know blogilates is also Cassie Ho, and she is a fitness instructor here on YouTube, and she's been going at it for like over 11 years now, starting in 2009. And I've been consistently following her journey and her growth ever since I think 2012 or something. And I decided in the beginning of January that I was gonna do her workout plan for January, which was basically to do a 21-minute workout for 21 days in a row. So I'm guessing that a lot of you guys clicked this video because you saw the thumbnail and you are wondering how you can obtain you know, a fit body or someone who is just in great shape. While I appreciate that, I also want to make a disclaimer that this is not going to be like a weight loss journey of mine, and it's not going to count numbers on a scale, and it's not going to be me you know, measuring myself, because that's not really how I wanted to go about doing this challenge, mostly because I don't actually own a scale and I don't really like to keep track of numbers because they just stress me out, as they do a lot of other people.
Cue montage.
Where they sink one by one. Yeah, I watch them disappear to nothing, disposable as chewing gum. There are deal breakers where I come from. My family don't suffer, fools glad they know. Do we kiss and lie in bed to fill awkward silences? Do we feel emptiness afterwards? 'Cause I want something deeper. If I'ma find a keeper, not saying I'm some genius, but I'm smart enough to know I'm worth fighting for. Yeah, I want something deeper. If I find him, I'ma keep him. Not saying I'm some genius, but I'm smart enough to know I'm worth fighting for. Well, my ex got baggage like a bellhop. Yeah, I love a cry for help, but I'm tired of lying with liars. You're the truth, I'm scared to tell. There are deal breakers where I come from. My family don't suffer, fools glad they know. Do we kiss and lie in bed to fill awkward silences? Do we feel emptiness afterwards? 'Cause I want something deeper.
I mostly wanted to do it because I felt like over the holidays I'd gotten really lazy. I stopped working out as much as I used to, and I just wasn't thinking about what I was eating, obviously, because it was Christmas and New Year's, and during the holidays is like one of those times where I really just let myself go, and I like to eat chocolate and all the unhealthy Swedish Christmas food. So my workouts was mainly blogilates workouts. She posted a certain number of videos that you could follow for this specific challenge, but she also has so many other videos that you can follow, and I was basically just doing that. And I think the one day where I had my rest day, or like my flexibility day, was when I did yoga instead. I did not go on a diet, I would say, for these days. However, I did stay away from processed foods. I didn't eat like foods with added sugar or just sugar in general. I didn't really eat sweets, candy, chips, you know, any of those typically bad foods that you should stay away from anyway. I made sure, or what I always do actually, is that I make sure to always have some sort of protein in every meal that I eat. And I eat about 3 meals a day. The reason I can eat such few meals a day is because I always incorporate a lot of protein into the meal, so I won't get cravings throughout the day, or I won't get super hungry after eating a meal. And it will normally take me like a long time before I get hungry again. Like, I still eat carbs, obviously, because there's a lot of good carbs, such as broccoli is a good carb, oats are carbs as well, bananas are carbs, so don't stay away from carbs. Like, I don't think that is the solution, but I think there are some carbs that are not potentially worse than other carbs, and some fats that are potentially worse than other fats. I just wanted to make a third disclaimer saying that I'm not a nutritionist and I'm not a doctor, so take everything that I'm saying with a pinch of salt, because this is just my own experience and what other people have told me and taught me throughout the years. Ooh, also, I don't really drink a lot of alcohol, so that could also contribute to how I was sort of losing fat throughout my journey. And I stay away from sodas, but honestly guys, other than that, I don't really follow like a strict diet regime or anything like that. So I'm sorry if that's a really unsatisfactory answer, a very unsatisfactory answer, but that's honestly all I do. Another thing that I do is that when I work out, I always do it in the morning, kind of like right after I get out of bed and before breakfast, because the reason I do it before breakfast is because I feel like my appetite is way better after I've worked out. And I also feel like when you work out, the first thing you do, you really get the metabolism going very, very fast, which means that even when you do eat breakfast, like your body's gonna burn the calories that you're eating a lot faster, and that's really what a good metabolism is. Apart from this workout challenge, I am normally a very active person. I used to do gymnastics as a child, and then I was doing figure skating, and then I was doing dancing and martial arts. So I've definitely been a very physically active person my whole life, and I think that's why now it comes very natural to me, and it feels weird when I don't work out for a while. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with doing less physical activity than I'm doing. I work out like about 3 to 4 times a week. Hi guys, this is editing Evelyn here. I just realized that I made a mistake. I work out about 5 to 6 times a week, and sometimes I do yoga and sometimes I do Pilates. I used to do a lot of dancing a couple of months ago, but then, you know, because of the pandemic,
it's a pandemic,
my dance organization was sort of shut down, so I haven't been able to do that, which is kind of sad because that's really how I get in my cardio. I am a person who doesn't really like cardio much, but when I do get it in, it's usually through dancing. A lot of people ask me how I'm so toned, and it's not because I work out like a huge amount or I lift a lot of weights, but it's I think it's just genetics, honestly. Like, it's a really unsatisfactory answer. I know for a lot of people who are like just getting into fitness and people who want to get into shape this year and like lose weight, that's not something you want to hear. But it's the same about skin, you know, like some people are just born with natural clear skin that rarely breaks out in pimples, and it's just genetics. It's just a skin type, just as my body is my body type, and my body is just one that doesn't put on weight easily, and if I do put on weight, it's usually muscle and not fat. So there's actually a whole science backing up this idea of body types, and if you Google the 3 different body types on Google, these 3 will come up, which is basically ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. And from what I've read, an ectomorph tends to be thin and struggles to gain weight as either body fat or muscle. They can eat piles of food and stay looking the same even when gaining muscular weight is their biggest goal. Mesomorph has a middle-of-the-road build that takes the best of both worlds. They tend to have wide shoulders, a narrow waist, relatively thin joints, and round muscle bellies, and I'm guessing that I would be in this category. And then the third category is endomorph, and the endomorph tends to gain weight and keep it on. Their build is a little wider than an ectomorph or mesomorph, with their thick ribcage, wide hips, and shorter limbs. They may have more muscle than either of the body types, but they often struggle to gain it without significant amounts of accompanying body fat. I will leave a link in the description down below so that you can keep reading about this. It's quite interesting, actually. And I know that is like very fortunate to be in that position, because I know a lot of people are struggling with their weight, and a lot of people compare themselves to other people who are doing like the exact same diet and the exact same workout plan, but they still don't see the results that the other like fit skinny person is achieving. And I don't want you guys to look at this video go like, oh, if I just do like
whatever, if I just eat whatever she's eating and if I just work out the way she's doing, I'll look like her, because I don't think you should ever want to look like anyone else. You should only be comparing your body to how your body looked yesterday and not to someone else's body.
I feel like a part of like a big reason to why we like gain weight and stuff during these times is because we're bored and we just eat because it's like a form of entertainment. At least it is for me. And another thing is it could also be that we're craving foods because we're not eating right, like we're not eating a lot of protein and stuff, and we kind of skip meals and then we just want to snack like throughout like the night or whenever you go to sleep. I don't know. It's really easy now that we're stuck at home so much that we just reach for the fridge quite often. So some side notes apart from the bigger notes that I already touched upon is that I don't want you guys to get obsessed with scales or numbers. It's very individual. Like a number on a scale can look so different on 2 people's bodies. It depends how tall you are, what ethnicity you are. Sometimes it also depends on, how large your bones are and like how much fat versus muscle you have. There's so many factors that go into it. Like someone weighing 50 kilos could be a lot for someone or could be very little for someone, but I don't think we should compare each other's weights, even though like I have gone through that rabbit hole of just like Googling celebrities and seeing how much they weigh. I always just wanted to know like if my weight matched theirs. So a person who is very muscly but has like very low fat percentage in her body, like a bodybuilder or something, she could weigh a lot more than a woman who's just lean, doesn't have like a lot of muscle, who isn't super toned but just skinny. What's important isn't how much you weigh or how big your waist is or how tiny your thighs are or if your thighs match together or whatever. It's about how energetic you feel, how lethargic you feel, and how strong you feel, honestly. Like those are the main points of fitness. Like why else do we do it? Like of course it is to be healthy, right? Like to have a healthy body, to live longer, to like be able to walk upstairs and not feel super out of breath. Like think about how lethargic you feel now versus like once you have kind of gotten into shape a bit, eaten a bit better, and started like a good workout regime, and like compare how you were feeling back then and how you're feeling now. Like I think that's really important to take into consideration. And my last point is to just document your journey, like take pictures, because it's super hard when we see it, like especially girls, like we look ourselves in the mirror every single day, and it's so hard to see your own progress. And this goes along with also like growing out your hair and stuff like that, because I know that my hair is long, but when other people say it, I'm like, well, it's just the same length that it's always been, but obviously it keeps growing every single month. There's gonna be like tiny changes that we're not gonna notice because we see ourselves every single day. But when you take pictures, you can kind of see that over time things have progressed a lot. That's gonna really motivate you, I think, to keep going. I try to take as many pictures as possible because I know for sure that I will not notice, you know, any results or any progress. I know these changes are very subtle and it's not like a huge before and after, but it's like the little things, like me looking a little bit more toned on the after picture, me just looking like my posture has improved a little bit, and just looking less bloated, because that's what I usually have a problem with, like my stomach looking bigger than the rest of my body. But yeah guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I bet that some of you guys noticed this video through my flexibility challenge videos, and I'm really glad that you found me. And if you like this video, of course give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching guys. I shall see you in my next one. Also remember that I will have a new video up every Monday starting from February 2021, so stay tuned for that. Bye!